right now, joined by the winners of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations. Now, Scissors, how does it feel now to solidify that title?
It's kind of awesome considering I love creative mode. It's thriving, it's awesome, I love it.
Now, Tyler, did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position?
Moin Leute, willkommen zu Livestream und ja, heute gucken wir uns einfach mal World Cup an und ja.
Just when the last map was a death run, I knew we had that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew Zan would clutch up, and he did just that.
You could tell he lifted the finger. He said, we need one coin. Just grab this coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated.
Here it is. The win. Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger.
You realize that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million.
It's unreal. Like, if you want to practice with death runs, you need to like do it slow. Don't go in blindly. Like, try and like change everything you do every time you fail.
Suzu, can you see yourself doing even more with creative? I mean, the success of today. Will you continue to go and play creative maps?
I think I would definitely stay consistent with creative because I feel like there's a lot of potential in creative still. And yeah, definitely this is my thing.
But I want to go down the line and see what each of you guys plan on doing with that prize.
I'll probably end up like saving most of the money, maybe like some investments.
He's 18 and he just won $336,000. What are you going to do with the prize?
Rent? Rent. Yeah, I think rent.
I'm going to be responsible, I'm going to save my money.
I am going to be responsible and probably just invest most of it and try and get even more money back.
All right, guys, congratulations again. Absolutely outstanding job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see what the future of Creative Fortnite looks like.
The Creative World Cup Finals, so much fun yesterday. Again, congratulations to Scissors and his team. $1.3 million won. I'm going to address the elephant in the room here, and it's not Tim the Tabman. You didn't win that, Tyler.
That's correct.
What exactly happened here?
That's correct. No, we got 4th place, but you know, the crew that I picked out, man, Tal, Taco, and Kaz, just a good bunch of kids, man. I mean, I think, and I also got to meet a lot of the creators, the ones who developed a lot of the maps. And just a lot of passion from these guys, man. And, you know, I was really happy that I was able to, not even me, together as a unit, we pulled in, you know, 300 or 295,000 as a team. Dude. I mean, little whips, man. You know, we were just killing it, little ice creams. But that event was so incredible. And just another thing that kind of came out of nowhere again, that Epic changed the game with creative. You know what I mean? It kind of popped up out of nowhere. All these people, so many people. There were hundreds of people here because of creative.
Yeah. And again, I know I talked to Scissors about it too. He can't believe just how far it's gone from his original runs he made to now it kind of inspired one of the 3 maps yesterday. For you, what was your favorite? Was it kind of the prop hunt mode? Was it the run?
Junkyard Juke, bro.
Okay.
Hands down, Junkyard Juke is the most fun game I've ever played. I mean, if you're going to go in with a crew of like 32 people, if you can even muster up a crew of 32 people, like I want that to be a playlist where I can just go and play Junkyard Juke, and it just fills in 32 people. Hey, it's so much fun, man.
I'm with that. What about, should we get the whole squad together or not?
I'm down with. Oh, we totally should. We should get a massive content creation squad and just go into that. It'd be the most funny thing in the world. Hey, I mean, there's nothing greater when you're a little teddy bear and you're just walking around like trying to make it in. It's amazing, man.
Hey, listen, it's all fun and games here. Obviously, the theme of this weekend, things going on outside of the fan festival. There's also the Battle Pass redemption. Everyone here has got tickets, has the commemorative tickets. So many things to look back on and remember these moments. For a lot of people here, whether they're players or the individuals and fans who traveled, it's their first time to New York City, such a legendary, iconic place to have this major event. You see again the crowd continuing to fill on in, just getting some final things set up for the game so we can get it all launched for you. But trust me, we're all eagerly awaiting the start as well. So many organizations represented throughout the weekend, and I have just received the word that we want, Ninja. The game is ready to go.
I'm ready. The first Vic Roy, man. Who's it going to be, guys? All right, I want you guys to scream out your favorite duos right now, man. Let's make some noise.
Who do you think's going to win today? Scream it. I want to hear. Oh, it's gibberish. None of it makes sense.
I think I hear Mongrel, Mitro.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition begins right now.
This is going to be intense.
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing more, honestly, nerve-wracking than the initial launch. Off the bus, man. You're flying. Someone's going to die. Someone's going to be eliminated. Who's going to be the first one?
Yep.
You don't want to be the first one knocked out in the World Cup. You know, I mean, literally, I knocked him like, you know, it was the first game in the Pro-Am, and that was just amazing. You can't let that down. I don't want to be the first person knocking this.
No, for sure. As now we immediately hop on board with my pick to dominate today, Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, and they're heading right towards Happy Hamlet, a place they've called home so many times, and this is contested.
It's already contested.
You're flying on into here, Ninja. The early game's so key, and already Benji Fishy trying to put shots down range with that revolver, but area is contested. You see they're kind of split from each other right now. What are their comms like in this exact moment?
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear exactly where these guys are, footsteps, any type of information they can pass off to one another is going to be very important. They've been practicing this landing. I'm pretty sure I watched these guys play literally every week because they're from EU, so they were before NA qualifiers. And yeah, this is exactly where they normally land. Savage and Benji, they don't always land on top of one another. And you're honestly at a disadvantage if you do land in the same house because you're going to be getting less shields of one another, right? Less chances of getting shotguns and things like that. And I'm just interested to see how they're going to play this out. Are they going to be aggressive, or are they going to back down?
Well, we just saw the first zone has been revealed, and it is a northern side zone, so anyone in Happy Hamlet not safe. Polar Peak, Frosty Flights, Paradise Palms, Lucky Landing, all not safe. Continue to keep an eye on this fight. 98 players remaining right now in this game. Now, we mentioned the increased material farming right now, so you're hitting a couple trees, you're getting 20, 30 materials like it's nothing. Let's shift our focus, though, towards the middle of the map here at Dusty Divot, and it looks like Landjock and Punisher go out very, very early in this first game to Tetra and, on the flip side, the new Rogue members.
They're wasting a lot of material right now. You can already see it. You've got only 100 matches left. That's 10 builds. These early game fights are always so detrimental. You have to be very, very, very particular with how many mats you're going to use when you're trying to ramp rush somebody, because if you make it there and they shoot you out and you have no mats, I mean, you're left with literally nothing to protect yourself with.
And look at the advantage that you now have. Tetra hasn't had any shields, but because 2 eliminations come on through, he gets both. That's 50 shield per elim, putting him at max HP, and now he can completely change how he takes this fight. It's not like the normal games where you're still stuck at 100 health and you might second guess what you want to do. You might play a little more passively. No, because of those early elims, they now have Dusty Divot to themselves. They pushed out the Asian duo, pushing towards that top Dusty Divot side of XXM and Mend, and now they're sitting pretty. Divot all to themselves. They've got metal galore here, as well as wood. The one material that really be lacking is going to be stone.
Yeah, definitely going to be lacking stone. They can get a 500 metal, which is going to be their most valuable asset here, landing in Dusty. What I'm just interested to see is, you know, they have no rotation items when you're looking over there, so hopefully they find something that's going to help them rotate later. There are no balls that spawn in Dusty, so no ballers. It's going to be very difficult to make it to the late game if you guys don't have some sort of crazy rotation, shadow bombs, anything like that.
Here's another fight going on towards Fatal Fields, and with how little materials there are, you got to think these players down low who are already just on light HP are in a tough spot, and there it is. Scarlet and his duo, Bell, get the quick elimination onto Brush. That's going to push back Brush's duo into Fatal Fields and try to hide for a brief moment. Another rough start right there. So much stone in Fatal Fields. I feel like Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot.
I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly, and then there's definitely some metal that you can gather around. You know, there's a bunch of cars and things like that. Some tractors there in the sticks. But listen, man, I'm really curious as to why they're not pushing Sizz.
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there in the cornfields. And Sizz Lucky, these top players who land Fatal Fields, know how to actually navigate the loot in the corn without breaking the corn. So
I need to break the corn every time.
Right, same. I'm not good enough to know, but there's a certain path you can go on, and Sizz Lucky will actually be able to go back and pick up Brush's cards. So this is key.
You think you should go
Reboot
for it?
Vans, remember, when you get brought back, you only have 100 HP and a common pistol. That will bring a lot of attention over. If you are Scarlet and Bell, are you sprinting back over that fight? I think so. Now across the map, though, an engagement going out between KBB, Yuang, and their duo up against Vinny and Zexro, and there's the knock right there, Ninja.
Drum shotgun's very powerful. It's definitely underrated. You can get inside somebody's one-by-one right there. I mean, there's another knock with a drum shotgun, just absolutely wreaking havoc. Yuang trying to take this wall. I think his teammate is not going to be able to stay alive, so it's going to be Zex and Yu. He's got the shield advantage. All he has to do is play this patient. I'm going to be pretty sure that these guys don't have that many materials, so just needs to spray it out and hopefully find a chance to take him down, but he's healing up.
Yeah, Zexro has minis as well as big shields, so we'll be able to get back the full shield. And Yuang now in a tough spot. Do I try to go?
Zex definitely can interrupt this now. He took too long to start going with the res, but it looks like he's just going to be going for the reloads, taking his time, and he might be dipping out, maybe trying to. He's definitely staying aggressive, but he's going to get the revive off, and now it's a 2-on-1 again.
Zexro staying confident though, knowing right now still at over 150 HP, the teammate has to be at 30 health. The wall comes through, trying to spray it, and it's not gonna happen, and you see Zexro right there, hands right to his head, some solid damage done, but Yuang dropped down to 59 HP, but with that elimination, we'll bump back up to over 100. Very, very close right there, Ninja, with the drum shotgun.
Very important is checking out the Storm right now. A lot of these players, there's a lot, you guys can't see the screen, but there are plenty of people who are outside. They're gonna have to start their rotations in, and this is actually where a lot of very talented players with their aim can clean up a lot of kills. This is actually my teammate and I's reverse. Our strategy was to try to get in those spots where you can beam people who are going to be flying throughout the sky using a lot of the slipstreams and just taking advantage of, your incredible accuracy.
A little update too on Sizlucky. They did get the reboot in Fatal, so they're both back in play. Look at how slow this lobby is going, folks. 92 players left, and a definite fan favorite here. Nate Hill and Funk of FaZe Clan currently set on up near Lazy Lagoon, and Ninja, this is your landing spot that you went to with your duo reverse. What are maybe some little tips and tricks for players at home who like to land here?
Yeah, all right, so there's, if you go on the boat, on the ship, every single one of the masts is like worth 200 wood, so you definitely want to go for those and easily get max wood in arena in probably less than 10 seconds. And also there are some metal anchors in town that you can get for about 300 metal, which is, like the most valuable material that you can get. I mean, I'm just 91 players. I mean, have we talked about Storm Surge? I mean,
we haven't yet. I was going to let that be a bridge when we cross it, but
because 91 people left. I mean, how soon is it going to be?
We're going to have Storm Surge in every game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like this is going to be nuts. You guys don't know what Storm Surge is. Basically, the team that has done the least amount of damage is going to start taking damage until they get above the damage threshold.
Yes, and it tells the players on their screen what the damage threshold is. If you're used to playing at home, you probably have never experienced Storm Surge in a normal game, but it is very common in competitive because everyone wants to last until late game, earn those extra points, and wind up getting those placement points to come on through. Watching Letwick and Flexi right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to loot up and freely grab everything you want. Here, I mean, look at the inventory. A common heavy assault rifle, 2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to loot. They're not going to be able to loot normally. I mean, you have every single spot is definitely going to be contested or have talented players who are surrounding you. You got to be constantly worried about getting sniped from the side. All it takes is 2 seconds of being caught off guard, and you can get dinked twice with an infantry rifle, and boom, there goes 160 health, man, just like that.
89 players left now in the lobby as Twiz and Cover H, the duo, do get cut down. 45 duos remaining. The second zone has just been revealed, and again, Storm Surge will begin after that. I absolutely think it's going to happen. That will be for 70-plus players. So you keep that in mind as this goes on. Players who haven't really done any damage will know that they're going to be at a point where their hand is going to kind of be forced. They're going to have to put on a little bit of aggression. You're going to see the game pick up just a little bit here. There's Snappy and Red Rush already in the next zone. They're more than happy to just farm up this metal structure and claim it as their own.
They're actually very centralized as well.
Yep.
I mean, a really great strategy that you're going to see a lot of people going to be using throughout this weekend in solos and in duos is to just try to get in the dead center of the second zone and honestly just kind of pray that the circle is going to continue to rotate in your favor. I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just gets knocked in front of him. Like he's going to try to save his team. It's not going to happen. But there's not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades. I haven't seen a lot of shadow bombs. I don't see any launch pads in anyone's inventory.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a, the rotations late game are going to be nuts. People are going to get lasered out of the sky.
And Letwick now all by himself in a 1 versus 2 as his teammate did go down. You see Harpy and Volks still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them. Harpy still playing the slow ground, trying to spray out the opponent. And look at the material count for Volks. 135 total builds. It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to grab his teammates' reboot card. So will basically be by himself the rest of this game.
You know, it's going to be almost impossible to perform alone when your teammate is knocked. And there's the Storm Surge warning. These guys are 106 above it. You guys can see that, which means that there's somebody who has 106 damage less than them that is currently below the threshold, and they are going to need to hit some people, deal some damage. And that's actually the beauty of Storm Surge, right? You don't necessarily only want people kind of just lingering around in their 1-by-1s, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights that are gonna be forced to break out because players need to get above that, or they're gonna die. They're not gonna be able to make it.
Now moving towards the Dusty Divot Diner. You see Clicks and Skeptic. Yeah, the very young duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't even know you could farm this.
Didn't even know you could get down there.
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the little things that they know that really no one else can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here as there's so many materials to be farmed up. And for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get max, they don't just stop there. They keep farming to have an excess for more if they need to expend a lot of materials quickly. Yes. On the bottom right of your screen, you see a fight going down in Salty Springs. A lot of grenades being thrown right there. That's going to be Serpent and Hype.
Serpent and Hype in a pretty decent spot. You're seeing, if you guys can look on the mini-map that we're staring at, every single team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. And double heavy sniper is in play. For those of you guys who do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall. It'll take out pretty much anything. It does 1,500 damage to structures. So if you have two teammates who have double heavy snipers, they can see a team, line up a shot of somebody hiding in a 1-by-1 and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still ever. Or if you know where they're at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
There's absolutely zero time to react. And one thing you guys we've talked about are the rotation items. We got 6 shadows from this guy, and they have a baller, so they're sitting pretty. I think these guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game. They will just rotate on out of here. Hype and Serpent don't want the fight. And that's Jay now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in. Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. And you see it just kind of smites them down from the heavens, and there they go, getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations. But again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where, you know, you have to desperate and push. Maybe a duo that's better than you in combat. You know what I mean? And Airwax and Nikov
just... That's a replay.
Was that a replay? They just went down.
Airwax and Nikov are winners. Well, Airwax at least are back-to-back winner of the Pro-Am. Does go down. Airwax double qualified as well. Tough first game for them as they do go out quite early on. 71 players left in this game. 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive
Fortnite? No, I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles they didn't really chunk that much and they were more centralized in the beginning of competitive. So really no one had to rotate that much and no one had to fight. So now that these circles are really just kind of moving around the map, you can't really predict them. I mean, you're getting these players who have, again, the great aim and they're just beaming people who are focusing on trying to rotate in the circle. Now look, there's so many people coming from the south right now. And it's just free kills if you guys are in a top position with solid aim, man. You're going to Texture right now, already getting beamed. He's spamming the spacebar, trying to make it as difficult as possible to hit. He sees a lot of, look at it, already trying to figure out right now, where's he going to land? Look at all these people who are already boxed up. They're already creating these tunnels. More shots coming down. And he's going to be able to make it. 8 grenades. So that's going to be, I mean, if he can get in a position where some players are already getting focused on the outside, 8 grenades, he might be able to clean up those kills too.
Yep, that's right there. They do box up in time. Did take some shield damage, but thankfully they have some minis to replenish that in just a few brief moments as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next door as well. Medkit, looks like they're going to pop that too. Every little bit of HP matters. Saving the campfire for the late game, it appears.
Definitely got to save the campfire.
In the elimination feed right there. Here's a look at Mongrel earlier with his duo, Mitro. They're set up currently in this zone. 68 players left.
Love watching this guy play, man. I'm serious. I mean, here's, you just check his inventory. Only got 2 guns right now, which is infantry rifle and a combat shotgun. So he has no spray guns. All right, spray guns are, you know, anything to an SMG, tactical assault rifle, SCAR, anything like that. You know, we've got to have a gun that can shoot pretty quickly to kill players and hit players through their 1-bys. You know, very difficult. And look at that healing too, though. Yeah. 5 slurps, 2 slurps, 5 chug splashes.
And they already have a slurp ticking. This is insane.
They're super close to the zone as well. They don't have to move too far.
Yep, and material-wise, look at that, 135 total builds. They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to date with them. The slipstream slowly inching towards where it begins to shut down Ninja, but with so many slipstreams still available in this current zone, a lot of players are going to use that to rotate on in freely without using launch pads or the shadow bombs. There's your whole map right there, the eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be into play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Some of the best, I mean, look, these are the best players in the world, and look how close they are to one another, man. I'm so excited when they actually have to force into these fights. The Storm's going to start pushing them. Look how, I'm sorry, man, I just can't, man. You guys notice also, Stinks, man, these players are so talented. It's going to be so hard to spray through their walls and actually deal damage to them. So you need things like grenades, like Stinks, right? Little fart bombs is what I like to call them, to force people out of their 1x1s and try to shoot them as they're rotating away and trying to build new 1x1s to dodge the Stinks.
You see the Stinks right now going down on Mongrel, and Mongrel gets immediately ripped in two as it seemed like the lobby began to focus him right there. His duo still alive.
With good rotation, luckily.
Definitely has a bunch to, to be able to play with. The next Storm Surge has begun to kick on in. Metro, 12 damage below, will have to begin to put shots down range. The zone pushing as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Metro's goal, spray at players who have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right at him, and Metro knows that. Now begins the fire. Dubs just below as well. One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact. And here's the thing that you just mentioned, all these players who are going to be rotating in, being forced to rotate in, everyone knows that.
Very little ammo, though. Look, these are the last 9 assault rifle shots in Dubs' inventory. It is getting scrappy, folks. And there's the split. Still, though, only 80, meaning combined between the two, they really only have about 150 shots to work with. The zone still pushing. 61 players left. Reminder, folks, this is game number 1 of 6 today in the duos competition. Dubs does go down as a player got that back wall. He wasn't quite ready for it. Mega frantically backing on up, trying to create some space. Will he be able to go?
He's going to go for the pop ad start. He's got
the storm surge on.
He's trying to be aggressive. Oh, he's still below, right? He's going to need to be aggressive. He won't even have time to revive his teammate. His teammate got finished, actually, so he's got all the shields in the world. He can get back up to full health. Storm Surge is still ripping him apart. That slurp is barely keeping him alive.
Hitting him for 25 damage every time it winds up ticking. There it is again, dropping on in. Mega's hand is forced. Some big damage right there, still below. As players are continuing to drop all around, but Mega doing a solid job of keeping himself alive right now through the Storm Surge. Fantastic composure, again, one of the young players on this stage looking to try to secure the title of Fortnite World Champion. No more Dubs. The duo
still
down.
So now
finally
above. Finally above, and guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys, look at that rotation. Yes, he's alone. Yes, his teammate's down. But he has an incredible kit to not only make it to late game, but maybe even clutch this win out.
He dropped the shotgun. Okay, there you go.
Got the combat shotgun, one of the greatest shotguns to have late game. Does incredible damage, long range and close range. And all the guys, the circle just rotated now into the storm. Massive amounts of distance needs to be covered.
This storm surge is insane. It's still going on.
Finally taken out. 52 players left. And this is where things are about to get serious, guys.
Thomas drops some ammo right there for his teammate, Inclusia. And you see Thomas, that epic infantry rifle, one of your favorite weapons, Ninja. What is so good about that assault rifle?
It 100% rewards pinpoint accurate players, right? There's no bloom necessary. Your marker, your aim is right on their head. Boom. You're going to get that headshot. You're going to get 80 points of damage. And there's now the upgraded versions, the Legendary and the Epic, have 10 shots instead of 8. So, I mean, it just packs a punch, man. It can really catch players off guard. And that's exactly what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who will literally build and protect themselves when they get shot once.
Folks, there are 45 players left in this very, very small zone. We are now on our 6th storm. You see it's about to begin to move, and players will frantically have to go across the map. Zayt and Saf right now discussing exactly what they should drop, pulling up their map, looking exactly where they have to go. 44 left in this one.
We already got people using shockwave grenades, guys. This is a very far rotation for the second movement circle, so this is actually going to move very quickly. These people are going to potentially get stuck on their launch pads because there's so much frequent building. It's going to be nuts. And who's going to try to take the high ground? Because after this first circle goes, this is where people only try to use the high ground.
And we know high ground is everything
Vi kokar World Cup, ja.
Everyone frantically moving away from the common enemy of everyone, which is that storm circle. Macwood taking zone damage. Daedra as well. King slowly bouncing on through with the shadow bomb. And Does land. Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right
Hab
on the edge of the zone right now. We'll just stay boxed up for a brief moment. As now there's 36 players remaining, stomping the elimination feed. Arkram now goes down as well. You can see the elimination feed on the top left to keep track of your favorite players. There's so much is going on. This is what tunneling is. When you hear players mention tunneling, this is it right here. You move with the zone, you tunnel your way in, give yourself cover, but not a lot of materials left. Only 22 builds, and this zone is stacked. But look who's on the high ground. It's Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy.
That would be your 2 picks, so good for you. All right, I have to owe you a bet there, man. That's that. All right. Mongo, unfortunately, do you still know if Nitro's still alive? I mean, listen, people are dying left and right, being eliminated. More Savage just used another shockwave grenade. He already had high ground, though. The question is, are people going to try to take it? You know that if you really want the chance to win this, you're going to have to try to take the high ground off him or have a rocket launcher to just take him out of it.
He's just so weakened. Mr. Savage just looks up and beams the player out of the air. It's all Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage in the elimination feed right now. 24 players left in this one. But 20 duos. There's almost no duos remaining, Ninja.
Right, it's all solos, and this is kind of what's going to happen, man.
Mr. Savage goes down.
It's up to Benji, and listen, Benji's been in this position before. We know he can handle it. Nitro's still in the game as well. I just saw him. He looks incredibly healthy, but now taking some storm damage. Benji's just going to try it. Listen, look at the materials. Not a lot left. They're only using their shadows. I think he has 1 build left.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he has.
He's got 10 total builds.
10 total builds.
He's just trying to outlast as many players as possible. Remember these placement points. We've made it into our top 10 duos. Now into our top 8. Zayt and Saf now. Zayt and Saf now on the high ground.
This game.
One of the few, the only duo left. This has a Zayt and Saf win written all over it. Mitro, Mongrel's duo, was all by himself very early on, still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North American duo of Zayt and Saf close this out? Raining down fire from up top. You see the frantic builds coming in. Benji Fishy goes down. Mega, Mitro, and Scarlet on the low ground. Shots still coming on in. Zayt and Saf just sitting pretty.
God, Mitro just got a double, I think.
Mitro
5 limbs.
Tries to get it done, not enough. Zayt and Saf, 2 versus 1. Will they take game number 1? Yes, they will!
Zayt and Saf had the high ground, and they used it the entire game. Rain fire from above. We're able to make up 5 limbs plus 10 placement points. That's going to be 15 points. Game 1.
Talk about a monster game number 1. You saw the immediate reaction. They know how key that was. And I've watched so many games of competitive Fortnite, Ninja. They were the only duo left with still like 18 players remaining. When they get the high ground like that, they send 1 player down to get close. Scarlet was already weak, and there's just no shot. In the end, the veteran players of Zayt and Saf take game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players with LAN experience, players who've been around the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no. Zayt and Saf take game number 1.
Kept their composure. It was absolutely incredible to watch, man. And seriously, these guys have been absolutely dominant in the World Cup qualifiers online. And it's only fair that they continue to show their dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Brilliant performance. You know that their game plan is always last as long as possible.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they made it through those storm surges, even with them not getting very aggressive, they had 0 limbs down to those final few moments. Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy, we have to talk about them for a second as well. The European young duo, they were on the high ground. It was looking good, Ninja, but so many players focusing them, the shockwave grenades as well, and they had no healing left.
It's unfortunate, man. We have a group full of these players who are literally the best in the world. They know exactly how to win, right? So if they don't have the high ground, they know that whenever there is a moment that they have to shoot the high ground out with rockets, shockwave grenades. I think that's actually what happened. I think someone shockwaved up and knocked them off the high ground.
Yep.
But when you have shield like Zayt and Naf did at the end there, and that high ground, I mean, it's over, man.
What a sigh of relief.
Incredible,
for those 2.
incredible first game. And we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition, in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you want to stay glued to the streams here for the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation. Send to Ninja and I your thoughts after game number 1. Who surprised you? What are you looking forward to in games 2 through 6? For me, other things I noticed, man, you've got to be on your A game when it comes down to taking The event themselves, but again, game number 1 in the books. Obviously, so many updates to see exactly where we stack up. In the end, those final moments can be so hectic. So before we hop into game 2, we will have a standings update. Stay alive. Not only does he perfectly use his materials and his movement items, but he somehow finds 5 more limbs, putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboards. Again, here are your standings from game number 1. Dubs and Mega, they wind up making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely, incredibly talented duo, man. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Aiden can do, and Sean, so hopefully they step it up in this next game. Game 2 is about to get on its way, man. Are you ready?
I am ready. Ladies and gentlemen, in this sold-out arena, are you guys ready for game number 2? Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, yeah, they are. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battle bus has launched. Game number 2 of the Fortnite World Cup Duo Finals is underway.
Again, I'm just going to keep saying it, the most nerve-wracking part of any competition, but definitely Fortnite for me, is the second you jump out of that bus.
Yep.
Right, once you hit the ground, once these players hit the ground, they're going to definitely have hopefully less nerves, going to get back into the flow, back into the farming mentality. And man, I'm looking at these llamas on my screen, I'm just hoping that they find them. There's nothing greater than finding the new upgraded llamas at 350 mats.
Dude, they're insane. And they're everywhere. And look, wait, can we look at the map? Look at the north side. You've got 3 llamas in a very small area.
Llamas.
And many players have gotten better at spotting llamas from very, very far away.
I mean, the one thing I was telling my teammate Malachi, I was like, listen, man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in, because, usually you're looking for players, who's going to be landing next to you. But if you actually keep an eye out for that adorable pink, purple, and blue llama.
And there's one.
I mean, look, you're just going to get rewarded with shield, rotation, there's shadow bomb storm, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get capped at 500 of each type. So when you get 350, it's done its job for you. You can spend much less time looting and, farming, and much more time looting. And look at Zay perfectly using the Shadow Bomb Ninja. For players at home who are wondering how he just used it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for, explain a little bit of staying on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, all you have to do is just continue that jump animation. That's going to trigger the double jump. And as long as you don't touch any solid ground, you're going to be able to continue to double bounce back and forth, man. It's an incredible use of the shadow bombs, and you're probably going to see a lot of players do something like that in the late game off of other people's builds, and which is way more difficult to do that off a mountain, by the way.
For sure, as we now take a look at the storm landing side of the map, and this storm is very far. Great point to bring up there. We can see on our side, the zone right now basically gets cut off at Dusty Divot and Neo Tilted, and the rest of the north side of the map are in play. So everyone near the middle and south side will have to move, and you see in the elimination feed very early on, Elevate does get cut down. So a tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkram's still alive. Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
looks like they have players
down in Loot Lake, in Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away while continuing to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. And Yuang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination and gets...
And look at how good these stink grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one just from getting ticks. The spray does come on through. A third party, though, beginning to shoot down on a Yuang. So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
Trying to line of sight
at Snobby, but uh-oh. KBB does go down. It's now Yuang all by himself and no materials left, Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Yuang knows that. Trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
A lot of these players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield.
Are they going to
get
off
the right play?
They're going to push forward.
Yuang no shield, and he's going to get the double. He's going to get the double and the revive on KBB. And there was some delicious shockwave grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Yuang takes them down. The four builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first. Yuang gets the cleanup on the last one right there. What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in onto Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against two.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these lists to make up for it.
That was
a clean. The knock on Landjock.
And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well, and it looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to take that. Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still, now it is a 2-on-1 situation. Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm is about to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition. Very few builds. No shield. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down, and there's the frustration in the player camera right there. Slacks and Keys, 2 quick eliminations. But you mentioned they can't afford to do that. It takes so much time in that fight. They've got to go very far still. Now over to Neo Tilted, Clicks and Skeptic in a fight.
Got some shield. Doesn't necessarily want to use this mini to only get a 10. And he looks like he's trying to obviously take some ult, help his teammate out. No, he's getting taken. Is there trap kill? He's going to get the knock. Unbelievable, incredible place. Bad Sniper goes down, and now he's continuing to branch out. When you guys are in fights like this, you always want to do exactly what he's doing right now, which is branch out, continue to build these little 1x1s with pyramids, try to confuse your opponents of where you actually are healing up.
Skeptic, just 8 builds left. They're trying to stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Clicks has time to pop 1 mini, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now. They've made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back up for a moment.
Finally gets a shotgun.
Yep, shotgun picked up. Grenades now as well. They want to go for the second elimination, and
we take the oh my god, we got some trap talk.
Did he just take the L in real life? Did he just take the L in real life? Homie, this is land. This dude's gonna come over. No, I'm just kidding.
40,
but the Stinks come on in.
Stinks coming in, 22 health off Campfire down. He has.
Oh, and look who's here.
Third party. Hello.
Look who's here. NA puts up the take the L, and EU says no, no, no. This is the World Cup, baby. I'm gonna show which continent is best. Mitro and Mongrel, full HP, and they storm roll through.
Duelings for Mitro,
Clicks
still
right
players
there.
Down low. Wow, incredible. Look at that kid. Gold scar, gold combat, heavy shotgun, or I'm sorry, heavy sniper rifle for taking opponents' walls. Look at, they're just stealing and bum rushing, and that's gonna be it.
And there's no shot right there. Skeptic. You saw, hey, putting on a show. I love it. The man does YouTube for a reason. But then also a fantastic player. I think speaks a little bit too soon. Aiden now on your screen. Does knock 1. Hasn't finished the elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is.
Hallo? Ja, ich gucke World Cup. Was mich eigentlich wundert, weil ich da ja da bin, ist so. Aber was mich eigentlich wundert, wieso ich mir World Cup angucke, ist so. Vor allem, was mich wundert, wieso gucke ich World Cup, wenn ich da bin? In New York, Alter. Ne? Ja, wirklich. Ja, das ist schick, wirklich Bild. Ich habe das, da steht weitergeleitet, ja, weil ein Freund das vorhin auch wissen wollte. Wirklich, guck doch, ich bin da. Ja, wo bist du denn? Ich finde dich nicht. Habe ich dich überhaupt noch hier drinne? Da. Na, als Paul. Berger. Nein, Spaß, nur als Paul. Hey. Nein. Junge. Okay. Ich bin da nicht, ja, aber ein Freund von mir ist da. Nein. Ja, mit denen habe ich vorhin gezockt. Aber der ist ja jetzt da, zockt da. Deswegen. Nee, ich guck World Cup. Warte gleich.
Our observers backstage. Great stuff to them. Sizzlucky does take a bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory. And Ninja, like a dolphin. Chug splashes have came into this game and they've completely taken competitive by storm. Are they the best healing item currently in this meta? I think that, you know, there's a lot of...
Ich sag nur, Mokral hat in der ersten Runde ein bisschen verkackt, Alter.
I don't think I've ever seen more positive reactions from an item being added than when chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up.
Ich guck nachher noch mal rein, Leute. Er hat mir Streamern. Tone Wars oder wie man das nennt. Ich mach das kreativ drauf. Also, ist einfach nur, wo du. Ah. Oh mein Gott. Wieso? 2300. Lost EO West. EU-Austritt genommen. Naja, das ist das, was die beim World Cup auch spielen. Wollen wir das spielen, was ich da drauf mache? Nein, was ist denn das? Wordro. Bitte sag nicht das. Das habe ich heute früh erst gezockt, Junge. Das hat mich so abgefuckt. Bis ich dann wusste. Bis ich. Ah ja. Ne, ich habe da mindestens ein paar Stunden dran gesessen, bis ich kapiert habe, wie man das machen muss, ne? Bei der einen Aufgabe, Junge. Was schon schön wird, ne? Ja, moin. Achso, ne, und wenn du spawnst, ne? Also, ne, wenn du respawnst bei Pult. Lost. Ja, aber das laggt ultra hier, ne? Nein. 2. Ah, du hast unendlich eigentlich. Ne, 4 hast schon. Ja, am Ende. Okay. Ja, moin. Guck mal, ne? Guck mal über dir. Da geht's auch noch lang. Und dann, wenn du da über dir bist, dann hast. Nein. Wo wir gegeneinander kämpfen. Und da kommt eine Zone. Wars. Oder ja, ich kann kein Deutsch. Boah. Nein, achso, ich komm raus. Ey, ne. Du musst jetzt 10 Runden. Ja, einfach da hochlaufen. Oh, ich mach meine Flasche auf alles ins Auge. Oh. Also es gibt 10 Runden, ne? Ah.
That people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant to use.
Oh, absolutely. If you guys can get up on top of those, guess what? You have ultimate high ground on the map without having to place any mats. Yep. It's incredible. You can't get sniped from above, and you can deal with
10 Sekunden.
two players that are up there. But it's important to know that after the 5th circle closes in,
ich höre es nur, dass du irgendwo bist hier. Ah, da bist du. Und man bekommt halt damit, so wie ich gerade. Ja, das ist halt so eine Map. Ja. Hm? Doch, ich habe einen Jumper, aber ich bin unten schon. Ja, ich guck nebenbei Welcome. Erste Runde. Ja. Keine Ahnung, das sieht man nicht mehr. Das sieht man dann nicht mehr. Hier, moin. Ja, bei mir sehe ich das nicht. Bei mir sehe ich das nicht mehr. Achso, ne, du musst immer warten, bis die Waffen spawnen. Und das ist immer zufällig. So. Minigun. Achso. Wo bist du nun überhaupt? Nee. Bitte bleib drin, geh nicht außen hin, weil sonst, ja, gewinnt gar keiner. Ja, Barrieren. Nee, guck mal, du bist draußen. Und, ich hatte das Problem vorhin, ich war da draußen und, ja, ich bin ja nicht mal hier, ich bin da nicht hier reingekommen mehr, ne. Ich habe kein Heal, das ist voll fies.
I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on the leaderboards. I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Yes.
If you get the zone on, you begin to just build
on. Okay, ich kann doch nicht mehr 10 Runden gewinnen. Es steht unentschieden. Ja, moin. Der, es wird mich wahrscheinlich, weißt du. Warte mal. Battle Pass. Ja, moin. Wann ist Battle Pass vorbei? 4 Tage, ne? Auf jeden Fall, ich werde so reinschwitzen, dass ich will mich für, wie heißt das? Oh, Alter. Mit für World Cup qualifizieren mit. Ja. Guck mal, ne, scheiß drauf, wenn ich da nichts gewinne. Hauptsache man ist dabei, Alter. Hier.
It just moved over a mountain, man. It just moved onto the side of the mountain, so high ground will be in play, but at the same time, Ninja, half of the low ground still in play, so it's not as bad a position for the low ground players. Here's a look at Mongrel Mitro. Remember, Mongrel down early on in the last game. He's got a back on.
Das Wichtigste ist, ich weiß, wo du bist. Du bist gerade vor mir abgehauen.
Always see them doing this. They always split half and half matches with one another, and then they go and clutch others. And it's just a perfect way of making sure you guys have equal material.
Look at how weak Sap is. Sap just with that shadow bomb. Coming in from Mongrel. Big bomb is hit as well. Everyone focused on these players on the outside. There's the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our pit zone.
The storm. And that could be forcing everyone to get.
Digga, hatte eine Scar, Alter. Ich hatte einen Scheiß, Alter, dagegen, ne?
51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small.
Ja, stimmt. Oh, Mokral lebt noch? Oh, geil. Hä?
Gets one player weak, but does have to back on him.
Get the clutch. Someone else stole the kill from him.
Mitro gets choked as well.
Still have a launch pad, but again, when you're in a situation like this, low ground,
hä? Oh, boah, bitte schlecht.
Grenade launcher shots and frag grenades, and they're both going to be eliminated. And Mongrel also, sorry, Airwax just went down as well.
And you see Cease in the elimination feed. Does look like, remember early on, Elevate did go down there. So delayed. They go for it. Zane Sap, do they do it? Do you go for the launch pad there? And so many materials. This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the support if they want. They're gonna do it. They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Sap uncontested. That's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory rounds in a row.
Mongrel and Mitro's loot too, man.
Oh, that was making a and we know that was juicy loot.
They're making a statement saying, listen, we're from it and we're here to play. Taking out the Evil, I don't know they took them out, but they're definitely taking their loot.
Yeah, for sure, as they are still above.
Still one of those they both each have a launch pad, both have 2
Hä?
grenades, and they're going to go. He didn't get it though, they tried to do it at the same time. They're flying, and this is it, another massive rotation going to be taking these Pleasant Park. They're 167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good right now. The question is, are they going to keep it?
Aber nee, der Typ spielt nicht auf Controller, der spielt auf Tastatur, der eine da. Ich weiß, einen habe ich sogar gesehen letztens. Bin an dem vorbeigelaufen.
Duos left as we're moving towards the placement points, Ninja, and these duos know exactly that. 3 points if you make it in the top 15, which can be the difference between first and dead last.
What are they going to do? Are they going to rotation in and not taking damage, or are they going to try to play it a little bit? They're going to be shooting, going for a limb. A lot of shotgun shots, AR shots, someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So,
angetäuscht. Hä, aber du hast auch das gebaut gesehen, oder? Keine Ahnung. Ey, die Typen versuchen schon wieder Highground zu versuchen, die was vorhin gewonnen haben. Wo bist du? Da bist du.
There goes Mega. You've got Darox and Item on the low ground. Warwin getting chopped down as well. Zate with about 100 HP. Uh-oh. Here comes Vinny and Dextro. They're trying to challenge. He's going to be eliminated from the back.
Oh, yeah.
Taken down as well. Snappy still with the high ground. Zex and Vinny and TSM crew looking good, and they're going to take it. Snappy gave it to him.
Lebt Mokral noch? Lebt Dings noch? Nee.
As well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale.
They want those elims.
4 win now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to height for the move. The spray coming on.
Ich habe schon wieder so eine scheiß Sniper. Wer hat diesmal gewonnen? Dieselben Typen schon wieder. Nee, diesmal die anderen. Ich glaube, die meisten sind nur da aus Spaß, also für Spaß, also nicht, dass sie jetzt kämpfen wollen. Hä? Digga, wie schlecht. Ist connected einfach gar nichts. Ja, moin. Das zählt dann nicht, wer die meisten Siege jetzt in den 6 Runden haben. Die gewinnen. Ja, also die was ja die meisten Punkte haben und die meisten Lebensmittel haben. Also es ist Siege. Habe ich die Linsen getroffen? Ja, moin. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic. Herr Mokral ist eigentlich nicht mehr so krass, eigentlich finde ich jetzt so. Doch.
Thank you so much, Serge. I appreciate that.
Ich glaube GTA. Wegen Casino Update. Dann Call of Duty. Keine Ahnung, sind schon Top 3.
Great. Fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja. Encourage JD.
Wie so ein Fehler. Wer ich? Ah ja. Es laggt. Ich auch nicht. Es sind immer von alleine kaputt gegangen bei mir. Bei mir ist einer kaputt gegangen. Also das war es vor, keine Ahnung, paar Wochen. Wir fallen 2. Guck mal, die was vorhin gewonnen haben, sind auf dem 3.
With that performance, go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja, and that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Monroe and Mitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent, Height, Ferox, Item, Forward, and Tuck, Snappy, and Red Rush all there. Satan Sap with a nice little lead right now. Nobody is safe from the rest of this line. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, just take a look at that's right, Benji, Mr. Savage, they
Ja, ich hab die auch in No-Scope getroffen, ja. Hä? Runde 1 beginnt. Also, ja, das ist aber auch eigentlich voll cool, diese Map und so. Weil die Waffen gehen, also du kommst halt immer nur ein paar. Also die finde ich scheiße, weil Ich weiß es nicht, aber das habe ich nicht vergessen da unten. Oh! Au! Ich habe irgendwas gerade. Ja, ich habe was vergessen da unten. Das habe ich bald nicht mehr. Ja, bei mir auch, aber ja, aber ich habe mich gewöhnt, dass wenn man dass man so abrutscht. Ja. Hm. Okay, eigentlich hast du da keine Dollar gewonnen. Du hast da hast du, und da hast du weniger. Ja, das wär's. Richtig krass, ne?
Just a moment, we're going to take a look at a video, and I can't wait because this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. A lot of work went into making this happen, so I can't wait for us to watch this together. Let's take a look.
Was? Ich hatte 7 HP. Das ist nicht das. Ich hatte auf jeden Fall plus so 7 HP oder so, keine Ahnung. Die Japaner haben gestern den Kreativ gewonnen, ne?
What's up, Fortnite fam? Yo, what's up, Fortnite fam? Remember the boss? What's up, Fortnite fam? What's up, Fortnite fam?
Ist so.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
You ready for tonight? What's up, Fortnite fam?
Wieso hast du keine Pump?
Good day, Fortnite fam. Terra, Fortnite fam. What up, boys?
Ja, moin.
That was better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective.
Ich habe jetzt so, keine Ahnung, so eine halbe Stunde oder nee, eine Stunde. Nee, ja, doch eine Stunde habe ich World Cup geguckt. Ja.
One of the things to kind of do if you're here or at home, you've been watching, Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can totally get your hands on it.
Digga. Der Typ hat Aimbot. Er hat Aimbot. Digga, ich hatte auch am Ende so 8 HP oder so. Ne?
You best believe I'm gonna pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there you go. There's some undisputed. Also, that
Ich hol mir so einen Pullover von World Cup.
piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me,
Den
know
hol
I
ich mir
love Red.
vielleicht.
Easily my favorite character. But just some cool things if you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing. Go ahead and take a look. Now, for those of you
Einfach so.
kind of all 10-week qualifiers long, you know we love Golden Boy. And there's actually one thing specifically he was kind of telling people as we were going through interviews. And that was, hey, when we get to New York,
Alter, ich baut
in
wieder
my
nichts.
hometown, let's catch up and get a slice of pizza.
Hä? Digga, Digga, ich hatte eine goldene. Und bei mir wird's immer schlechter. Glaub ich auch. New York City. Da bin ich ja auch gerade. Ich bin nicht beim World Cup. Ja. Der ist da oben.
What's up, boys? Welcome to Waypoint. Good to see you. Good to meet you. All right, fellas, let's go and grab a drink.
Soll ich was sagen? Das war eine graue Tag. Das war eine graue Tag.
My hometown, New York City. Thoughts on it so far? Chinky, we'll start with you.
Das Ding ist, ne? Das war eine graue Tag.
I'm sorry, but also, welcome to New York. It's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria?
Krampfschrotflinte. Krampfschrotflinte.
Now, I want to talk about the competition at hand because obviously this is going to be the biggest opportunity, I would imagine, of your lives. You're going to be playing in front of a massive crowd. Is there a way, as a player, that you prepare for that?
I don't think there's a way to prepare for it. But try to calm down, get nervous, shake and stuff, and then it should be good.
The casters, and it was like I was just relaxed, you know, and just I feel like I played better.
Okay, so gentlemen,
Glaube ich auch.
we're going to be heading off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park, so let's go and check it out.
Hä, ist das jetzt Pause oder warum kommt jetzt da so ein Ding? Naja, ob das jetzt für die Leute dann Pause ist halt. Ja. Die hab ich eigentlich gefühlt jede Runde.
I've watched them play a little bit in zombie games. I've seen them play Agri before. It's pretty scary.
Ja, moin.
Chemistry where you can play without even talking. You guys know.
Ja, moin.
That's like a team like that.
Hm. Ist so.
First Fortnite World Cup. You're going to be playing for millions of dollars, essentially. Has that even said to you guys yet?
Ja, ich bin halt so Flash. Ich bin runtergefallen. Nee. Nee, sehe ich nicht ein.
I'm going to show up with 2 giant boxes of pizza. Say I won't, Paula. Say I won't. I kept telling people, hey, I want to.
Und mein Headset ging
You know? So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been.
Mein Headset ging einfach raus, Alter. Was? Ist so.
I'm happy that it was a fair chance for everybody, you know, qualifiers. You could have no exposure, but you're good to get in the tournament. So I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm gonna enjoy my time here.
Yeah, we just try to make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to play on stage in front of 100,000 people.
Do you feel like the fans and
Ja, nee.
on this road to this? Do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it gives just more support for me. I feel more happy here when there's all these people, whether they're rooting for me or other players. Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to know
Nothing but the best for you.
Na, ich war vor dir.
New York's got everything, and this weekend, most importantly, it's got the Fortnite World Cup.
Diesmal starte ich die Runde, vielleicht habe ich Glück.
Let's see how they handle the competition.
Och, ey, nee.
Good guy, golden boy. You gotta love him. You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out and hang out with Aiden.
Ein bisschen lange draußen.
Now, guys, there is actually a dynamic duo that we want to talk to. We actually have Jordan chatting with Nyx and PFZin. These guys qualified.
Ich sehe dich auch.
They've got some things to say. So Jordan, let's go over to you.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nyx and PFZin here. Nyx, you have been absolutely dominating in the last few weeks, especially when the solos are concerned. Being the first Brazilian player to qualify. Can you talk to me a little bit about the
Was? Mann, ich wollte doch nur spitz hacken, ey.
Eu e o PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
Mann, ich wusste es aber auch.
As you should.
Ja, moin.
Battle Royale right now. PFZin, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nyx, who is obviously a dominant player. You know, kind of helping him set up for a solid end game. What's it been like to work with such a young and
Ich bin troll. Ja, ich sammle einfach alle. Der, die Waffen sammeln automatisch auf. Ja.
Basicamente eu tenho uma role suporte, então eu meio que na backlines e ele vai na frente. Quando a gente tem o high ground, por exemplo, ele tem a função de ficar embaixo matando todo mundo e eu...
Normalerweise nicht.
Basicamente é um lado mais estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais agressivo.
Basically, I have more of a support role. Whenever we're in high ground,
Mann, ich war One-Shot.
The fire the loose cannon at the end reminds me of the very W key in a West that I play on.
Lol, wie schlecht bin ich denn?
Got me cranking my knees on a regular basis. You know about that, right? Am I right?
Warum? Von 1 bis 10. 0. Okay, ne, 1.
Also, big shout out to Nyx and PFZin. I actually chatted with him.
Ja.
He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nyx," and I'm thinking this guy knows how to talk. So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him much I love him. Turns out he didn't understand any of it. Get a translator, tell him that I love him. But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more more on deck. So I think for now we're gonna send it back up to Golden Boy and Monster. They're gonna get us into these games. So how's DJ Mike Brown?
Nichts zu tun. Nein, wieso verkacke ich denn, Alter? Bin ich schlecht? Ist so.
All right, huge shout out to DJ Mike Brown here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Master D-Face, Winning Boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. So far, this is one of the most exciting events I've ever seen. That game 1 was ridiculous.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Zap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestants, even Miz and Deja, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. It's going to cut the difference. All the way through the top 10.
Yeah, my Sieg, yeah.
Top 10 international through and through. You got Japanese players popping off, European players popping off.
Wenn du jetzt gewinnst, wenn du jetzt zweimal gewinnst, kannst du es nicht mehr schaffen. Jetzt, ja. Dritte Runde. Ist so. Also mein Freund sitzt oben, ne? Hat er mir gesagt. Ich finde den Anfang über. Ich finde den Anfang über voll geil mit diesen Figuren.
and they're recuperating.
I know I practically kicked the bucket after Minions Extra 1 game 2, man. I was feeling it, man. It was nuts. And there they are on your screen. So
Ich hab gar keinen Fall
for the bus here, it's going to be a north to south one right over that nice biome. And it cuts center of the map there. Minions Extra, very happy that they are performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success, even going into the World Cup. Definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even.
Habe 2 HP, Alter. 2 HP. Ja, moin.
Make sure I'm getting that right. And I'm just bummed out about that.
Nee, hä? Also 5? Du musst 4 Runden jetzt gewinnen. Alles nur im Blau, über mich doch verarschen, ey. Ja, als wenn. Bist du? Ja. Aimbot, der Typ hat. Aimbot hat dieser Typ. Jetzt musst du 3 Runden noch gewinnen. Ja. Ich bin Moses, weißt du? Ist schon lange. Wo sind Martin? Ah ja. Er hat 5 HP. Er hat 5 HP, Alter. Hä? Wie viel Leben hast du? Ja, aber wie schnell hielt ich das ja mal? Ach so, scheiße. Nee. Dieser Typ, der da gerade ist, den habe ich auf YouTube gesehen. Der spielt, der kommt aus, der kommt aus Dänemark, ne? Und und in München ist dieser, der in München arbeitet der sozusagen, der ist also da, wo er die ganze Zeit spielt, so Vertrag keins hier, ne? Und ist auch einer dabei, der ist Deutscher, ne? Das ist Legende, wenn der gewinnt, Alter. Immer noch hier hinten.
They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and
ja, wieso nimmst du den auch?
Might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of make their way through and make their way to the zone. So
keine Ahnung.
They're getting a lot of resources out of this. Grant over in the distance, he's going to be out of there.
No.
Making our way over to the action that's happening with 7 SSK7. Got Spades and Crims. Now looking to push on for this block here, potentially. Shots going off. Crims is going to pick up the position there and try to use that advantage from the back right hand. Get a peek in there.
So, jetzt muss. Genau. Genau.
Get to the top, hold it down. Don't really focus too much on just trying to
keine
get
Ahnung.
in their face quite yet.
Keine Ahnung.
Give yourself that moment of opportunity and really get a lay of the land and then going for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, you know, very weird situations like this, force the 1v1s, and hopefully get those free shots and then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here pressuring and isolating their
Ja, ich hab 2 HP. Nee. Es hat, naja, Schild und ich bin runtergefallen, hatte 2 HP.
but Crimson's base are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock it on champ side. He's looking for 7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination register. Both players are going to be out of there. And a big win there.
Sehe ich gerade nicht.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades have so much to prove here because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. But now, popping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10. They're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of elimination. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just piping up these players.
Schön mit Öl, wo bist du? Ah, da.
They'll have that, but let's see.
Da.
Also, I love the fact that you look at this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage. It's right there, so you don't got to worry too much. You can continue to focus on looting. High ground has been lost, though. Miz, so be careful. There's Daedra, and he's going to be right next to him, trying to get these angles.
You have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent? Catch a nice little low ground peek right here. Low ground is definitely underrated if you can just gotta peek out, catch a big shot. You're almost guaranteed a big shot.
Yeah. This is America.
Bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. But you know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo.
Ja, moin. Egal, nee, du kannst nicht verlassen. Also doch, man kann nicht verlassen, aber wenn du alleine bist, kannst du nicht verlassen. Weil du ja nur alleine bist, keine Ahnung.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very
nee, nur nicht.
what they want to do. They're not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Rising is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. See this player forcing back to go, but he has no build to work with.
Yeah, ich hab gewonnen beim World Cup, yeah.
That was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points. It feels so good.
It's really good. Feels really good. And then Volks and Harvey. Harvey actually dealing with this
Warte.
And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing. Pushing back here.
Und was ist das?
You get split up like this.
Ah ja.
They love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying
Boah,
round.
Alter, so schwer, ne?
Another kind of reference to game one. They had a great game one. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through the end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do. But
ach so.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolf is a very... He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early. Maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game, that's great. But you do want to rack up a few of the how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims, and maybe manage to make it to that top 15.
Tschüss. Ah. Ja, ich... Wieso steht da Runde 10 von 10? Hä? Nein. Ja, ja. Hä? Das... Warte mal gleich.
Does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary.
Ja, okay.
Player to have to back away.
Hui. Ja, nein, schaff ich es nicht. Jetzt habe ich es geschafft. Ja, ich muss ja auch erst wieder hochkommen. Ne? Was mussten die machen? Ah. Ich stehe in dieser Wand. Richtig easy. Er war doch wohl da. Hey, ich mach ich doch gerade. Ja.
Their last and final games there. Notice the text right here. The fast track Airwalks and Nikov qualified for the Fortnite World Cup in their final 7 games. That's intense. They were struggling so close on the cusp every single week.
Ist so. Hä, da ist. Ich bin da voll hängen geblieben, ne? Der hat das aber auch irgendwie doof gemacht. Hä? Oh, ich bin schlecht. Ja, aber zurück ist auch total einfach, ne? Oh, wir müssen die hier machen. Oh mein Gott. Vorher, weißt du, was auffällt? Bei denen und bei den anderen ist in der Mitte nichts, nur blau. Bei denen ist es einfach schwarz. Ah, also deswegen. Danke. Erlaubt. Ey, Junge, das ist so hart geblockt, Alter. Ja, löse mal für mich bitte die Fallen aus, danke. Ja, dann die immer die letzten. Ah! Ja, richtig ausgelöst, Alter. Nee, finde ich nicht. Hä? Wo lang? Ah. Ich hätte das ja gar nicht gecheckt. Nein. Wieso? Was hast denn du für einen Scheiß hier ausgewählt? Ich hab schon noch nicht gesehen. Digga, du hast so einen Scheiß ausgesucht hier, ne? Ah. Ja, ich weiß. Ey, du hast dich voll weggeboostet, Alter. Du hast mich voll weggeboostet.
revealing strategy, but whoa, that's a huge shot on Zip right there as Mitro sends one flying down the field right there.
Sent him packing. Dear me.
Das kann man doch gar nicht schaffen. Das ist echt hier so eine Scheiße ausgesucht, ne?
Big shot right there. These double snipes, you gotta be careful. There's no standing still in a box here because you might eat one right there. They line up another. Right. Not quite successful that time around.
Mann! Ja.
There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in game 1, man. The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Wexy and Letwick on the move. Nyrox right behind him. Organization. Benji Fishy's going to be down. Just saw that one off on the side. Savage now.
Er boostet mich halt nach unten, ey.
And that was such a sneaky ambush right there. He used the shadow bomb, pushed up. Notice Benji was kind of over peeking, harassing players with that sniper.
Oh, was war das? Boom, boom, boom. Ey, das ist doch nicht so scharf, das ist doch nicht mehr normal. Ey, hallo! Sehe ich nicht ein. Tschüss. Das war ein bisschen zu weit. Danke. Oh, Mokral. Alter, Mokral verkackt der übel. Hui. Ich hab's doch geschafft, ne? Nein, ich bin doof, wieso benutze ich Impuls? Alter, man muss darüber springen, ne? Ey, sag nicht, jetzt fängt das schon wieder an. Oh, zum Glück nicht. Junge, vorhin hat die ganze Zeit, ne, da hat die ganze Zeit angezeigt, erstmal meine ganze Freundesliste ist mir beigetreten, dann, ne, hab ich eingeladen, dann sind sie, beigetreten, dann haben sie alle wieder verlassen. Junge, ich hab mich so gewundert, hä, wurde ich gehackt oder so? Weil, ne, ich hab nichts gemacht. Die wurden einfach eingeladen. Boom, 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 boom. Wo, war ich? Nee, der ist doch nicht mal beigetreten. Alle meine ganzen Freunde sind hintereinander beigetreten, sind hintereinander verlassen. Und dabei, und das sind sogar noch welche dabei, die sind noch nicht mal on. Ha. Ja. Aber du nicht. Hä, wie soll ich jetzt da hochkommen? Ey, Mann, nee. Das ist doch so eine Kacke, Alter. Feine, auch noch so Ehre, Mann, ne? Was muss er hier jetzt machen? Hamburg. Soll ich da hochkommen? Ah ja. Nein. Ja, ja, okay, ich soll warten, okay. Ist mir alle. Ich schaff das hier nicht. Och Mann. Hä? Das ist schwer. Digga, ich habe einfach nur Salto gemacht und hab's instant geschafft. Wollen wir den spielen? Wollen wir den spielen? Ja. Immer doch. Kaputt. Ist so. Oh, Alter, ich krieg einen Kollaps hier, so warm ist das. Auf meiner PS4 kann ich einen Spiegel braten, Alter. Danny steht instant an der Wand. Mein ist unter meinem Schreibtisch, ja. Hier, deswegen. Im Winter ist das eine geile Heizung, aber da wird die nicht so warm wie heute. Keine Heizung, yeah. Ist das der überhaupt? Weil es gibt zwei, also, ja, ist das. Aber, weil es gibt zweimal sowas. Also, das eine ist irgendwas anderes. Ja. Ja. Oder willst du die ganze Zeit mit Spitzhacke laufen? Ja, okay, wenn du mit Spitzhacke die ganze Zeit laufen willst. Weg mit dir! Weg! Ah, ja. Der hat doch hier irgendwas verändert. Er wird nie nachkommen, er wird nie nachkommen. Yeah. Hallo. Nein, davor ist eine. Du musst zurück.
That's right. Ozzo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this fighter fight. So long as he doesn't bother them. But Dubs
hört der so voll einfach. Oh komm, geh weg. Geh doch weg. Geh doch weg. Was? Ha. Wer hat jetzt eigentlich gewonnen? Ein Deutscher, glaube ich. Oder? Ich weiß es nicht, aber ob das ein Deutscher ist. Ich glaube, es ist ein Deutscher. 55. Ja, das ist Enzo. Das ist Enzo. Das hat man in Fortnite, das erlebt man in Fortnite nur noch selten, dass die Zone so klein wird. Ne? Ja, aber ja, ich bin schon bei diesen Duschen da. Digga, das ist Deutscher, ne? Sieht auch so aus, Digga. Es ist kein Engländer oder so. Es ist Japaner auf jeden Fall. Ein Japaner. Sieht genau so aus, ne? Alter.
I gotta say, you know, I'm sure he's proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it. But Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now? So at the top.
Ich hab das schon lange nicht mehr gespielt, ne? Deswegen.
And 16 eliminations. Mega Dubs second place, looking pretty. No victory royales for them thus far.
Hä? Ist man schneller oder war? Digga, die haben 38 Punkte, Alter. Aber bis jetzt ist das... Nein. Wieso? Und jetzt schaffe ich es wahrscheinlich, ne? Nee.
Any of these guys are still in the running right now.
Got Bell and Scarlet, who've been wrestled out of the top 10. The Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage saw their demise earlier on.
Ja, okay, kommen wir halt bei der WM. World Cup. Das mit WM.
Strategy, maintaining thus far. You guys have a very calculated and very patient game, seemingly leading all the way up to the end of the end game. Right, walk me through your strategy for the end of the next 3 games.
Shoot them in the head.
Shoot them in the head. You heard it here first. Back to you, GV and Monster.
Calculator gets one opportunity to show the world his prowess and knowledge of Fortnite. He just says shoot them in the head. You gotta respect it.
You know, some people, it's just that simple. And hey, man, maybe he's just wired that way, right? We're all wired a little differently.
Hä, wieso kann ich nicht World Cup gucken, Alter? Was ist denn das? Ja, also Leute, ich starte nochmal ein Spiel neu, vielleicht liegt es daran und ja, ciao bis später.